Welcome back to the build of this wireless electric synth. This is video number 4 and this is what it sounds like so far. Now in today's video what I want to do is to get rid of these batteries because, well, as you might know if you watch my videos, I don't like wasting power, and yeah, I don't want to use those. I'd rather go to USB and make it standard. I also want to sort out this hum, which you can hear. And I think, well, I'm pretty sure that's mains hum, and I think it's based on this lead that connects, so I want to do something about that. So there's the two things at least I want to do in this video. I'll also make sure to change the circuit diagram and show you that at the end. Okay, that's the power conversion done. I've got this very small power bank here, and we're using at the moment, it seems to be 40 milliamps, so that's not bad at all. The lights are actually better as well, that show the wireless output. So yeah, and works fine. The next thing is to sort out the hum, at least lower it some, and I think it's down to this lead, which only came from Dollar Tree, I think. I've got this old one here, which appears to have the Ferrite rings on it, which should help. If I cut this lead down to there and join the two together, make it as short as I can to go to the PC, let's see if that makes a difference. Well, there it is, that's the cable done, it's now running. It's slightly better, at least. Yes, it's slightly changed. It's not brilliant, but it is better. Okay, moving on. Now what I have noticed is, though, because it is quieter, when I hold this again, now you can possibly hear it. So I still need to put a few more layers onto this. There we go, and I've turned the volume up some now, but you should be able to hear it. But you would have been able to hear it before if I gripped it. It's much reduced. I could maybe put a few more layers on, but there's about 10 winds around there of the tape. Here's an offshoot question. I've just hooked up that sine wave part and you can hear the bleed through. Now, you know, there's interaction, but as you can hear, that bleed through is terrible, and that's because the wireless energy is going through to the ground, and so therefore coming out with the tones through the speakers. Does anyone know how to fix that? That's my question. Now, one thing I have tried is 2 separate pickup coils, but I don't seem to get in much with those, much that's any good. I haven't got a tripod, so I'll put that one there. So that's one tone, and if I bring the other one in, you know, it's more like a sort of phasing effect more than anything, but not really much use. But at least I have tried 2 different coils. Here's something that really interests me. Both John Wynne and Milky Way Outcast were mentioning about the antenna effects of these coils, and John was saying about aluminium. So I've got some aluminium foil, and I wanted to see what might happen with this on the coils, see if there are effects, because I do know that the chroma plane from Coma and Passepartout Duo actually uses aluminium in its housing, and it does have effects. So let's see what happens. Alright, if I move this pickup coil to there, start getting the sound through. I'll turn it up a little bit. Right, so the foil should do something if I pop it between. And sure enough, yes it does stop the signal. How about if I put it in different other places? Oh, you see, it really does interact, doesn't it? A bit further away. Wow, that is quite an effect. The next thing I've done is to get a piece of the foil, put some paper on the back, I've glued it to it, and I'm going to put that underneath and see what happens. So that is now underneath, and interestingly I've just noticed if I lift this up away, the light gets brighter on that second one. Dims down some. Oh yeah, when it's close to the foil. Right. Anyway, turn the volume up a bit. Let's see. Oh, that's just really high pitch now. Oh yeah, most of the signal's gone. But you'll also notice I'm turning this one here and that light's changing. Like that. Oh wow, okay. Just makes everything high pitched. I suppose it would. I don't quite know what the calculations are and everything for that, but if I now try this other piece here. Yeah, makes you think of a manual filter in some ways, but I don't know whether the foil's doing much like this, but I'm pretty sure it must do something because the original chroma plane does use aluminium in its construction. Interesting nonetheless. Right, so here's where the circuit diagram's up to, and the changes to it are 5 volts over here instead of 4.5 in the last one. I've got this diode here coming from the positive supply because, weirdly enough, this one, I don't know if it's just this one that does it, I've only been using this one, but this power bank didn't start up every time for some odd reason until I put a 1N4148 there, so that's why it's there. And also the 47k on the output to go to the computer rather than a little speaker. But there we are, that's the circuit. And just remember, it's only this section here that needs to be repeated for each voice however many you want, from 1 to, I don't know what, a dozen or something. But yeah, just that section there needs to be repeated. This is for these the transistor there and the L3 are just for the pickup coil. And of course this bit here is your input supply and the 1000 UF smoothing capacitor. So really I think that's it for the series for the moment. I do need to learn a lot in terms of mixing signals, about grounding paths, about all sorts of things, especially to do with the way that the wireless energy can be routed or not. So really, I hope it's inspired a couple of people, I hope it's been a fun adventure for you, and I really do hope to carry this forward at some point in the future. It is some good fun to muck around with it, but there are some issues and some problems to sort through. Okay, well thanks very much for watching the series, and I'll catch you in the next video.